kind of heightened. He said he had heard of kind of a heightened PR bond, which is with pretrial supervision, and that's something he thought he could take advantage of if the court was inclined to consider it.
I think given everything in front of the court, Mr. Buck, understanding, I want to see you get into treatment, but with the CPAT score, which is from an objective, evidence-based instrument, as high as it is, and the number of cases you have pending, including failures to appear in this recent criminal history, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $5,000 cash surety with a $500 cash option. Conditions, Mr. Buck, are no contact with the victim, no weapons, pretrial supervision, report there within 24 hours, and filing of charges will be on Wednesday at 1:30 in Division 8. And if you bond out, that's going to be in this courtroom, and the deputies will bring you here if you don't bond out. All right, the next case I have is, I understand Philip Clark refused.
That's my understanding as well.
All right, so deputies, we're going to set Mr. Clark over to tomorrow.
In your honor, I would just like the record to reflect that the people have filed charges against Mr. Clark.
Oh, fantastic. So that'll make it easier whenever we're able to see him.
Agreed.
All right, is Mr. Dicki here? Ryan Dicki.
I had heard that he was.
He wasn't feeling well?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to make a note the defendant is ill, and we'll see Mr. Dicki on the 3rd. Is Patrick Nightingale here? Mr. Nightingale. Can you hear me okay? Sir? Okay. Mr. Nightingale is here on 3 cases. We have 25M570, 25M1444, and 25CR778. In all these cases, the defendant is present. He's in custody. He's represented by Ms. Furzanda in all the cases, and Ms. Joyce is here for the people in all the cases. I will note in the case ending in 570, there's been 2 failures to appear in that case. In the case ending in 1444, there was 1 failure to appear. Bond was set in both of the misdemeanors. And then in the new case, there is a recommendation for a PR bond. I note the 2 failures to appear on drug cases and drug allegations are alleged in the new case. And then I also note a 2024 conviction for escape, which gives me concern that given the 2 failures to appear in front of me, that on the new case, Mr. Nightingale is just not going to come back. Ms. Furzanda?
Your Honor, I did talk to Mr. Nightingale about his circumstances. He is indigent, has no funds with which to post any bond. He has been trying to work with Jonathan at City Housing to secure housing, get some stability, and kind of right what's been going wrong with his life so far. That also, as far as the probable cause affidavit is concerned, whether it's a felony or misdemeanor is something that I think is open to question. And my tortured reading of 403.5 seems to indicate that for the 4th offense to be a felony, you have to have 3 previous convictions for a DM1, not a DF4. So while he does have DF4 priors, the statute says if under this subsection 2C you have 3 or more priors, it's a felony. So to the extent that that impacts the court, whether it might be a felony or a misdemeanor, what we're dealing here, I just ask the court to consider all those things and set a low cash bond with a cash option in this case.
All right, thank you very much. And I am noting at least the criminal history that I have shows the 2 DM1 convictions, and then it looks like the defendant has had 4 probations revoked, resulting in jail sentences. Ms. Joyce, what's the people's position both on bond and whether or not this is a felony?
Judge, I can tell the court that you have already articulated all the facts that people were going to articulate as far as bond. We appreciate there's not a lot of meth per their probable cause affidavit, but due to the FDA history and the escape, we have concerns that Mr. Nightingale will not come to court, so we are asking for a secured bond. Regarding whether or not there's enough convictions for the felony, the people have not looked into that to verify that he has the amount of convictions necessary, but we will do so, and if not, this will be a misdemeanor case.
Okay. Taking into consideration that this may very well come in as a misdemeanor, but also taking into consideration the failures to appear on the pending cases and then the escape in the criminal history, bond in all three cases, Mr. Nightingale will be set in the amount of $1,000 cash surety with a $100 cash option. In all three cases, the conditions will be no drugs, pretrial supervision, report there within 24 hours, and substance use monitoring at the discretion of pretrial supervision. We will see you on June 4th for filing of charges in the case that's being investigated as a felony. And that will be Division 8 at the county jail if you bond out. If you don't bond out, we'll see you, the deputies will bring you here on June 4th. All right, and then the next case I have on the felony docket is Michael Oberry here. Michael Oberry?
He is.
Mr. Oberry, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
There you are. Mr. Oberry, you have the following cases. You have 25M1122 and 24CR1688. In all these cases, you are present in custody. You are represented by Ms. Furzanda. And Ms. Joyce is here for the people. Ms. Furzanda, given the warrant out of El Paso County and the Division 13 case, are you reserving bond argument or making a bond argument today?
I was going to merely ask for cash options today.
Okay.
Figuring that he would be seen at least in fairly short order in Division 13. The El Paso County case, I can't quite get a handle on
Okay.
what happened with it, but in any event, so I would just ask the court to consider cash options in this case. And he also has lived in the area for 18 years and he gets disability. I think with cash options, he'd have more skin in the game, if you will, as far as showing up for court. And I realized that we're also kind of in the posture where this case was set for status conference.
Right.
And so I'm not sure what the next steps might be with this.
It depends on your request as far as whether you want to bind it up to district court or ask for a preliminary hearing. I think the case law allows Mr. Oberry, now that he's in custody, to request a preliminary hearing.
And we'll request a preliminary hearing.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Oberry. Bond has already been set in the amount in the case ending in 1688 in the amount of 1,000 cash surety. So I'm adding a cash option, which means it's a $100 cash option. The conditions of the bond are same conditions: no drugs, no alcohol, no contact with the victim, pretrial supervision by probation, report there within 24 hours. In the new case, I'm taking into consideration the following when considering bond. I'm noting there's a CPAT score of 4, which is this objective instrument that we use to help guide predictions regarding court appearances and compliance with bond conditions. I note that there is a bond revocation for not going to probation, as well as a failure to appear on the pending felony. That you have a probation case in Division 13 with 3 separate revocation complaints pending, and then a warrant out of El Paso County for a failure to appear. Given all of that, I think the appropriate bond in the case ending in 1122 is 5,000 cash surety with a 500 cash option. Conditions will be no contact with the victim, no alcohol, no drugs, and pretrial supervision by probation, report there within 24 hours, and substance use monitoring at the discretion of probation. And deputies, I'm also going to add substance use monitoring at the discretion of probation to 1688 as well. These will go to Division 8 for a preliminary hearing with the misdemeanor to trail. Madam Clerk.
Can you set that for June 23rd at 9 a.m.?
That is good, thank you.
June 23rd, 2025, 9 a.m. Division 8. And that's going to be on both cases, sir.
Your Honor, I apologize. I have to also talk to Mr. Tokino,
Okay.
who appears to be our next felony fellow, but I think.
We're all done, Mr. Oberry. So what we'll do is we'll pass the matter so you can talk to Mr. Toquinto and the Route County with the interpreter.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I'll try to do I'll try and be as efficient.
We'll be ready when you are.
Thank you.
All right, then we'll briefly go off the record until we're ready to resume the felony docket.
And if I could ask for a breakout session, I'll see if they're official.
Oh, and I do think there's one other thing I want to add, just for anybody appearing late. If anybody was interested in, who is online or in the courtroom for the Soliman matter, that is going to be heard at 3:30. So you can contact us at 3:30.